Shiny Pokemon have become extremely popular among serious collectors and casual fans alike pretty much since their inception decades ago. I, on the other hand, don't fully buy into the hype around them. Don't get me wrong, I think some of them really do look cool, but having them doesn't mean that much to me. That said, anytime I've come across one, I have made sure to capture it, only for it to eternally sit in my Pokemon home. So, I thought to myself, maybe these Pokemon could probably go to a better home. I imagine there would be quite a few people that would like to receive a shiny Pokemon, so instead of trying to decide who to send it to, I thought it'd be more fun to simply send them off in wonder trades and see what I get in return. But you know what? That wasn't good enough to me. I didn't want to just send any old Pokemon off on a trade. To add some extra value to the wonder trade, I decided it would be better if I first made it so the Pokemon was highly decorated with multiple ribbons. I would have liked to have done all this in Pokemon Scarlet, but thanks to Dexit, some of the shinies I have are simply not available in that game. Even though Scarlet and Violet have some of the most consistent shiny hunting methods, most of mine actually have come from Pokemon Go. I plan to go into more detail in Scarlet later, but to begin with, I'm going to start by revisiting previous games where I can transfer those Pokemon that currently can't join in Gen 9. This works better for me anyway, since I've spent more time in Pokemon Sword, meaning I can ease myself a little into this mini-series while I familiarise myself with what works well in Scarlet. With that intro out of the way, the question is, what do I actually need to do? Well, I've transferred these shiny Pokemon into Sword, and I'm going to try and get each of them as many ribbons as I can. To my knowledge, there are 5 ribbons any Pokemon in this game can get. We have the Galar Champion, which is for entering the Pokemon into the Hall of Fame. The Tower Master is for beating Leon in the Master Ball tier in the Battle Tower. The Effort Ribbon is for showing a Pokemon with max EVs to the girl in Hammerlock. The Best Friends Ribbon is for showing a Pokemon with max happiness to the boy in Hammerlock. Finally, the Master Rank Ribbon is given for beating another trainer in the Master Ball rank in a ranked battle. Only one problem with this. I've never actually played a ranked battle before. At first you might think, no problem, you can just work your way up there. Normally, I'd be up for trying that, but as you can see from the footage here, it's very hard to get into a ranked battle, never mind win enough to get to the highest tier. So, in the interest of moving on to a current generation game where I can actually find matches sooner, I'm going to omit this ribbon and focus on the other 4, while spending some time playing ranked in Gen 9 to prepare it for a future video. Now we know what needs to be done, let's see how it went. Since I wasn't going to be doing any ranked battles this time, I didn't need to worry as much about the perfect movesets or finely tuned EVs and IVs, but I still wanted to make the Pokemon I use passable in the Battle Tower. This led me to going for the simple approach of min-maxing the EVs I gave each Pokemon. This meant that I had a clear purpose for each of them, and it was simple enough for me to track how many EVs I'd accumulated. I decided to begin with Zeraora, since it already has high base stats, so it would make for an easy start. I spent some time fighting a bunch of Chewtle and Rookidee to max out attack and speed. With the Effort Ribbon acquired, it made sense to next breeze through the Pokemon League with a super-powered Plasma Fist in order to easily pick up the Hall of Fame ribbon. After that, I thought surely spending all that time training and battling the Pokemon League, I'd be close to max Friendship, so I decided to go and check how close I was to getting the Friendship ribbon. Clearly I underestimated what it took to build Friendship in Gen 8, as it turned out I was nowhere near close to this ribbon. Realising this would require more effort than I originally thought, I grabbed the Soothe Bell, gave it to Zeraora, and moved on to the Battle Tower. I'll focus on Friendship later. Before beginning this challenge, I had already moved up to the Master Ball tier in the Battle Tower, so in order to get the Battle Tower ribbon, I needed to continue winning in this tier until I faced Leon, then defeating him will award every Pokemon the team used the ribbon. Initially I considered doing this with a full team of shinies each time, to minimise the number of runs I needed to get everyone their ribbon. Upon further thought though, I realised that I wouldn't be skilled enough to manage a team with purely less viable Pokemon that have awkward synergies. Instead, I settled on bringing a core of 2 good Pokemon that could do the heavy lifting and fill up the final 2 slots with at least 1 shiny and another Pokemon that I saw fit. My choices for those 2 core members were Calyrex Shadow Rider and the king of VGC himself, Incineroar. My reasoning was that a Choice Spec Calyrex could take care of most of the Pokemon pretty easily with Astral Barrage, with Grimnay really letting it snowball. And although I don't think I need to justify using Incineroar, its main purpose here was to fake out normal Pokemon that wouldn't be hit by Astral Barrage and act as a check to other dark Pokemon that would resist ghost type attacks. Unsurprisingly, my first encounter with Leon, where I brought my Zacian and Zeraora, went really smoothly. Calyrex just about single-handedly took care of Rhyperior, Inteleon and Rillaboom before Zeraora made an appearance at the end to take care of the Charizard with a Max Lightning. With only the Friendship ribbon left now for Zeraora, I decided it would be best to try raising as many friendships as I could at once. My plan now was to EV train a Pokemon, then immediately switch to another one so I could get them into my party as soon as possible. I brought in Nidoking next, who I decided to go with a similar EV spread of max attack and max speed. After that, I brought in Alolan Marowak. With it being quite a slow Pokemon, I knew there wasn't much point trying to raise its speed, so I switched to a mix of attack and defense EVs, prepared to give it a thick club that I'd found at some point. Next up, I brought in Swoobat. I wasn't exactly sure what to do with it, so I just focused on increasing its speed, and then kind of arbitrarily went with special defense for its other stat, just to make things up a bit. Things were a little more clear with Roserade. Although Calyrex was the designated special attacker, who had even a grass type attack for some reason, it still made the most sense to me to focus on speed and special attack EVs. Lastly, to round out the party for now, Heliolisk comes in and follows the same path as Roserade, by also focusing in on special attack and speed. With a full team of 6 ready to go, I thought the next logical step would be to go through the Pokemon League once again, but not before going to a Pokemon camp to start improving my party's friendship. And more importantly, appreciate Heliolisk's amazing walking animation. Anyway, after that, Zeraora leads the charge through the Pokemon League quickly, acquiring the rest of the team the League Champion ribbon. I still had a lot of work to do for friendship, so I travelled straight back to the Crown Tundra to have my Pokemon follow me in the overworld, and started again with bringing my team into camps. I noticed I'm making pretty good progress with Zeraora, so I travelled back to Hammerlock to check in with the Friendship Kid and finally get the Best Friends ribbon. Now that I don't need to worry about its friendship, I take the Soothe Bell from Zeraora and place it in the box, switching it out for Lickitung. I proceed to quickly evolve it into a Licky Licky using some of the XP candies I've gotten from taking on raid dens as I've travelled around the Crown Tundra. Nidoking gets the Soothe Bell this time, and once again I begin the EV training. Since Licky Licky gets access to the move Body Press, I decide to work with that move as a focus and go for defense and HP EVs, since it has natural high health. Some more camping and raiding is followed up by Licky Licky's turn to get the Pokemon League ribbon. Since I moved Zero out of the party, I lost access to my auto win button. Now it's not exactly as if my team was super weak or that the league is difficult, but I did need to be careful to not let any of my Pokemon faint in any of the battles, as this would have negatively affected their friendship. Another ribbon down, and I set up another camp. This one clearly pleased Nidoking, since I'm able to get the Best Friends ribbon, so I hand the Soothe Bell over to Swoobat. With that, I start making progress on my final shiny Pokemon Beware, starting the EV training again. I decide this time to work on a combination of attack and health EVs, rounding out the last time in this game I'll spend time wiping out the early root Pokemon population, and the last time I'll need to run through the Pokemon League. 2 of the 4 categories of ribbons down, I begin a loop of cycling around the Crown Tundra, fighting in raid dens to top up my inventory, and setting up camp to play with the remaining Pokemon. After getting down to just Beware and Licky Licky, I switch things up a little bit. I've been looking to get a Whimsicott with good IVs, so I spent some time cycling around the daycare centre breeding. If nothing else, this gives me a nice new location to set up a Pokemon camp. A few decently IV'd Cottony later, I see my 2 remaining Pokemon are getting close to maximum friendship, so I head over to the battle tower. To save some time, I decided to bring in 2 shiny Pokemon at a time, starting with Roserade and Swoobat. For the most part, the normal battles were fine, so let's just jump straight into the Leon fight. I'm pretty sure Cinderace and Rillaboom will both be physical attackers, so Incineroar's Intimidate gets me off to a strong start. I'm pretty confident that Calyrex can also one-shot Cinderace, so I fake out Rillaboom and hit both of them with the Astral Barrage. As expected, Cinderace goes down and Inteleon takes its place. With the +1 in special attack, I now know I can take a double KO and decide to give Roserade a chance. What I didn't expect though is that Inteleon can outspeed and Shadow Ball Calyrex, so I need to quickly reevaluate. I do some switching and take out Rillaboom, while Inteleon starts worryingly increasing its evasion. I'm pretty sure even his Dynamax Charizard can't do too much damage to Assault Vest Incineroar, so I focus on now getting rid of Inteleon. I let Roserade go down so I can safely swap in Swoobat, who can make the most of Max Airstream, while tanking a Wildfire. With that, I gain back some control and end things off with a successful 1v1 against Charizard. Next up, I bring Heliolisk and Alolan Marowak into the tower and work my way back up to Leon. He opens up with Haxorus and Seismitoad, and my immediate thought is that Haxorus is going to hit like a truck. I fake it out, expecting Seismitoad will focus on Incineroar. Calyrex is able to take care of the immediate threat, but does end up getting hit by a Mud Bomb. Despite the speed drop, I'm pretty sure its naturally high speed should mean that Calyrex will be able to get a second Astral Barrage in before getting attacked. This works out well, and leaves Incineroar to deal a last bit of chip damage to finish off the Rillaboom. I bring in Heliolisk, and at this point I'm confident I'm in a winning position. By Dynamaxing the Heliolisk and using Max Lightning alongside another Astral Barrage, I know Charizard can't deal with both threats at the same time and will therefore go down to one of their attacks. Nidoking and Licky Licky are up next, and while Leon is the main challenge, there was one battle where the opponent used a Trick Room strategy, which kind of nerfed my main strategy a bit, and the shinies actually pulled their weight more than I thought they needed to. Anyway, in the main event, the lead this time is Rhyperior and Inteleon. I know from past experience that the Inteleon has Shadow Ball that can one-shot Calyrex, so I definitely make sure to use Fake Out there. After that, it's an easy double knockout with Astral Barrage. That put me in an extremely strong position to take on the final two Pokemon, simply Astral Barraging again for another double knockout. That meant that Beware was the only Pokemon I had left, which makes things a lot easier since I can now bring a third powerhouse in Zacian. Unsurprisingly, the regular battles aren't too much trouble, and in the final battle, my opener is made pretty clear to me. I can only fake out the Seismitoad. I'm not certain that Astral Barrage will take out the Aegislash in its shield form, but since it's slow in that form, I know I can at least deal a decent chunk of damage before being knocked out. Turns out, this wasn't something I needed to be concerned about, and a +2 boosted Calyrex's special attack means I can finish the battle off with another double knockout. The only thing left to do now was to head back to the Crown Tundra one last time, and a few camping expeditions later, I hit that all-important 5 hearts with my 2 remaining Pokemon. With every objective complete, I head back to Hammerlock one last time to collect any ribbons that I hadn't picked up yet. At least 4 ribbons on each shiny tells me that it's time to begin trading. Unfortunately, I found out that I'm unable to surprise trade Zeraora due to it being a special event Pokemon. Oh well, I'll pass it over to StreamMe to see how the trades went. Nidoking, it's been a pleasure. Let's see again, start surprise trade. Start. I guess now we just wait. So I guess you can't trade event Pokemon. Okay. Well, I guess I'll keep him in this game to do some raid battles. Oh, trade completed. Let's see what I got. Bye, Nidoking. Magikarp. It's a good start. Does it even know anything useful? Does it have Hydro Pump or Bounce or something? You know, Dragon Rage you can learn sometimes, can't it? You know, there's like special event ones. Boxes. Magikarp. No good IVs. Splash and Tackle. Okay, well I hope the guy enjoys his Nidoking. Next up, Heliolisk. Oh, I'm kind of sad about this one. I do like Heliolisk as a Pokemon, but I said I'd do it. Oh, Zero, you're so lucky. See ya. If this is 7 Magikarp, that is going to be hilarious. What else is it like to be? Probably going to be some Route 1 Pokemon, like some Rookidis and Scobbits. Can I get one fully evolved Pokemon, maybe? Probably not. But everyone's just giving away like the nothings. Okay, so I wonder if I should do something with that Magikarp then. You know, what I went through to get it, I feel like I should make something of it. Maybe this is how I should make my next team. I should make a team run with Pokemon that I got through one day trading shinies away. Oh, trade complete. Let's take a look. Farewell here. That Fred looks quite good, I'm not going to lie. I'm not too bothered about shinies in general, but I do think he suits that. Oh, okay. I've never really used Cling in any map playthroughs before. Sorry, Click in any map playthroughs before, so that's not bad. I'll take that. Something interesting to try out. And I guess they even have one added to the Pokedex. I will take that. Let's see if it knows anything or has anything interesting about it. Oh, is that Germany and it's from Germany? That's cool. It is clink, not click. Running shark, vice grip. Vise grip? Bind in charge. Okay. I guess it's kind of cool that it's from a different country, if that's what that means. Number 3. Swooba. Your turn, mate. Start the surprise trade. Still wonder what that first guy's thinking. See, oh, I'll send my Magikarp off. See what I can get. Maybe I'll get like a starter Pokemon or something. Nah, Shiny Nidoking. I mean, not that Nidoking's that amazing of a Pokemon. The irony is, they've been all these shiny Pokemon have been sat in the box for so long that I'll probably actually use the Pokemon I got from the trade more than them in the long run. Now that I have a connection with them. I was worried this would take ages because I'm not sure how many people are still playing this game, so how many people are still wonder trading, but it doesn't seem to be too long of a gap so far between sending and receiving. Oh, I thought I was about to say it there. What's it gonna be? When's it gonna go? I mean, there seems to be a lot of activity going on the left of the screen there, so I imagine people are still playing this. Although, I think I've seen quite a few of those names other days. Oh, here we go. So I wonder if it's just the same people. Bye, Swoobat. Oh, Golok. No. Golett. He's kind of cute, actually. Let's see how he looks. Anything special about him? Whoops. Okay, there's actually really good IVs. I don't think I have a Golok or Golett with good IVs, so I'm not upset about that at all. Got fairly recently as well. Somewhat being. Cool. Okay, we're getting better as each trade goes, so let's see what comes up next. See you later, Roserade. I keep saying bye before the actual trade goes through. Yeah, I'm really happy with that one. Might use that at some point. Because it gets things like... No, the other ability I'm thinking of, it has. It also... Oh, that was quick. It also has No God, doesn't it? I think that's potentially better. I guess it depends how you use it. I'm not familiar with its like competitive moveset. And we get Beware. We're about to send one off, so I guess that's 1-for-1 trade. And it's fully evolved. There you go. I said, would I even get a fully evolved Pokemon? And I did. See if there's anything good about it. I've done that every time so far. We're in the wrong menu. Nothing great about the IVs. Although, was that French, I'm assuming? Pretty standard moveset. Oh, it's got an uncommon mark. A mark for social Pokemon. Oh, there you go. There's something interesting about it. Actually, that's a good question. Have the other ones had interesting ribbons? No. Okay. So that's Pokemon I've not really used before. Pokemon with really good IVs and a Pokemon with a unique ribbon. So I'm getting some pretty cool stuff. Things I wouldn't have thought about previously. Marowak. See you later. Soft surprise trade. Yep. What did that say? Let me read that again, because I have no idea what that even means. Text summary. Uncommon mark. Let me Google what that actually means. Trader still going to. Okay, right. Pokemon ribbon. Oops, spot ribbon wrong. Uncommon mark. Okay, not fully sure I understand what I'm reading here, but I'll read a bit more about it in a second once I see what Marowak's gone for. And we get a... Oh! It's a good Pokemon. Marini. Not Toxic, Marini. It was nicknamed, so I'm assuming, unless that's another language. And I guess it didn't have in the Pokedex. Okay, the trades have definitely gotten better over time. Another German one, I think. Oh, is it from the same person? This owner was Melly. Different one. Regenerator, great ability. Poison Sting, Peck and his. No ribbons. Oh wow, they've had this for a long time as well. 2 years. I wonder why they decided to trade it now. Cool. No, not the town map. Not even in this menu. Surprise trade. See you later, Licky Licky. Okay, let's see what this ribbon is. From time to time, you'll catch a Pokemon that has a certain mark on it. This mark acts like a ribbon in it that appears in the status screen when your Pokemon achieves a certain thing, most of which are determined on capture. Alright, well that was a quick trade. Still not fully sure I'm understanding that correctly. Catch a Pokemon that has a certain mark on it. This mark, I don't know. Oh, and we got... Did we get a shiny back? Oh, that is definitely some kind of a... some hacking website, maybe? But let's take a look anyway. I feel like... That's... Oh, okay. And it has an ability, but I might keep that. Mainly just, like... Shiny Charizard, yes, looks cool, but something with Perfect Ivy... I'll get in trouble for using that, won't I? That's definitely a hacked Pokemon. Okay, I'll have to think about what to do with that later. Doesn't have any ribbons, but that is yeah, if anybody knows about that website, I'm hesitant to go on it in case they can fire us, but yeah, if anyone knows anything about it, let me know. But that's cool, you know, something different. Even if I don't use it online or anything, I might use it like in the battle tower and stuff. Or I'll want to trade it again since it is technically a shiny. Although I'm sure everyone else will be the same as me, thinking this is hacked. Anyway, final Pokemon, Beware. I'm going to say be-bye, that's not how you say that. Bye-bye. Let's... Oh, apparently there's different legalities for which Pokemon have which marks. This gives 2 extra rolls for getting a mark, essentially tripling the rates. Oh, trade complete. Okay, well this is the last one. Can we end on something strong? That's like quite unique things. Useless Pokemon, a new one. New for me anyway. Shiny, fully evolved. Is that? Oh, okay, I thought it was another shiny for a second there. Adam sent over Dynavolt. I really should do a better job of nicknaming Pokemon. I never do that. And another thing I guess I didn't have in this Pokédex. Let's check it out. Nothing great about it. But another French one. That's kind of cool. Oh, a lot of charging going on. Dusty Bowl, and nothing. Okay, so nothing too exciting to end on, except maybe one from a different country. But yeah, that's Galar complete. So that's it. It seems a shame I couldn't trade Zeror in the end, but I guess I'll hold on to him to help me with some raid dens. What do you guys think? Tried something a little different here, so we'd love to hear what your thoughts are in the comments. Either way, thanks for watching, and stay hydrated.